Okay. So I'm just going to be waiting for this atmospheric condenser to finish. I also need to wait for these plants to finish growing too. They take a while if you don't stand by them. But so we're basically just going to be on Glacio. We're going to be copying the same setup that we did at Aatrox. I'm only going to set up one for now because I only have space to set up one. But we're going to need 2 large platform Bs, a smelting furnace, a atmospheric condenser, an arm, a tapper, and a platform A. We are also going to need one of these elegant spew flower seeds, which will hopefully be done growing soon. And then we'll be set to go. I also need to set up my hydrazine thruster. So this thruster never breaks. Even when it runs out of fuel, it stays. So this will never need to be detached from our shuttle. And we have some hydrazine. So 1 hydrazine canister provides you with 8 launches. So you go... So far we've only been able to go to a planet and back. Now we can go to a planet, back, to a planet, back again with 1 hydrazine canister. And you can hold up to 3 on the thruster. So we will get a total of 24 launches, or it simplifies down to 12 planet visits with that amount of hydrazine, which seems like it's a lot, but trust me, it's not. You burn through that really fast. Also, I noticed this while I was fucking around here. So you know how I keep saying that there's a bug where stuff falls through the floor? Yeah. Nothing is really immune to that. Just for no reason at all. Stuff will just fall through the floor. It's quite annoying. So that's why I say to make sure. The only thing that doesn't seem to fall through the ground are these platforms. Any of these platforms won't fall through the ground, especially if you lock them in place. I don't think shelters fall through the ground. I don't think landing pads fall through the ground. I think this will fall through the ground. I think if you have any of these nuggets like on the ground here, they can fall through the ground. And if you have these canisters, they can fall through the ground too. So yeah, just make sure all your stuff is on, you know, is on something, or if you have something like vehicles like this one, if I had just had the tractor on its own, like not attached to the car here, this would have fallen completely through the ground and I would have lost it forever. But because it's attached to a bunch of trailers, like all the trailers would need to fall through the ground too, which they didn't, thankfully. Just cover that up so that it's flat. This is almost dried up. We are so close to drying up this freaking compound pit. Actually, I'm pretty sure it is dry now. Thank God for that. Alright, it looks like our spew flowers have finally finished growing here, so I'm going to attach this onto here. Get the power back to my base. Then harvest this fuck, take 1 seed with me, and plant the other. And we should be ready to go, so... Check again, we need an arm, we need a seed, we need a tapper, we need a platform A, we need 2 platform Bs, we need a smelter, and we need an atmospheric condenser. So it looks like we have it all. We're also going to bring the gas canister with us because the argon that we get from Glacio is really good for... Like, we're going to be using a ton of it because we're going to be making a ton of steel. Something I should bring as well, now that I think about it, is I should bring a... where is it? A medium resource canister. But I don't have... Oh, I do have a glass. Okay, let's make a medium resource canister really quick, because I'm going to want to bring back a bunch of iron with me as well, so... Let's go grab another compound really quick. I should probably cover up that hole at some point. Cover up this one too. Let's just grab another compound really quick. Luckily we have tons. I will happily take an extra one. No, I want to empty my soil canisters. Actually, do I? I don't have space for it right now. You can hear every time I dig up the ground, the spaceship like judders around. If that falls through the floor, that's going to be really tragic because it means I'm going to have to, like, this tag will always be visible, I think. And I'll have to go underground to get rid of it. Ugh, man. Okay, let's throw this on here, throw this here, make plastic. Might as well bring it with me, why not? Never, you can never say no to extra tethers, you know? Okay, well, now we have our plastic. So we need glass and plastic. We have literally one piece of glass left for this resource canister. But this is going to get filled with iron. And once there's space on the back of this, I'm going to throw it on the back of that and bring it home with me. But I'm not going to unpack it now. I'm going to leave it packaged up so I can fit it on my backpack. Alright, now let's go to Glacio. Alright, now we have to remember which one we landed on again. I forget. Which one did we land on last time? Was it here? The one that was right by that? I think so. No, this wasn't it. This was not it. Does it matter? Does it matter that that wasn't it? I'm trying to think. At the other spot, there was just a bunch of, like, tethers on the ground, right? If we set up shop here instead, does that matter? I can also, it might be a good idea to set up shop a little bit away, because I want to set up a landing pad at some point. So it's probably a good idea that I drag this away from the this natural landing spot a little bit. To, like, maybe around here would be nice. This is kind of nice and flat. I like this. Usually you don't get, like, big red spots like this. This kind of looks cool. Yeah, I might as well put it here, I guess. And you can see this is a train thing, which we'll get to eventually. Yeah, I think, you know what, this is a good spot. I'm going to set up everything here. I think the landing pad I'm going to put, like, here for the shuttle, and then all the machines are going to go up here. So I should actually drag this up here so I have oxygen while I build. Yeah, and as you can tell, there's iron literally everywhere, so we'll be good. Let's go ahead and pop these just to make sure that they're not an issue. Okay, so we do this in order. Where do I put the spew flower? Maybe I put it right here. Put the platform A down. Let's plant this right away so it doesn't despawn. If you do not plant the seeds, like, within a couple of minutes, they will despawn and they will be deleted forever. So if you put down some seeds, make sure you plant them right away. Otherwise, like, if you don't pick them up and put them in your backpack, they will despawn after a little bit of time. Okay, yeah, that should be good. Let's get our platform B down. Let's grab our smelter. I totally forgot one thing, by the way, I think. Yeah, I forgot my, damn. I forgot to bring those stupid, oh my god, I'm so dumb. I forgot to bring the generators, the power generators. Oh, man. This is what it's like to play Astroneer, everybody. It's a good idea, maybe, if you're brand new to this. Honestly, it's probably not a bad idea to have, like, a notepad on your computer or something. Just to, like, keep track of things that you need. I can't believe I fucking forgot. Oh my god. The one thing that generates the power. That's okay. I kind of want to grab a, Oh, that's not done growing yet. Let's make tethers. Gas canister, put that down. Okay. I wanted to get a landing pad anyway, so whatever. It's a little bit of waste of hydrazine, but what can you do? Actually, I think I'm going to save that patch for now. We'll go over here. Here we go. Boom. So we have our resource canister. We can now unpack it now that we're here and we have space on our shuttle. And then throw our iron in there. Kind of sounds like something was trying to kill me. A plant. Actually, now that oh no, I will be able to. I forgot where my last landing spot was on Glacio. It's been a little bit. It's not a good thing. This is why it's really important that you remember where your natural landing spot is that you choose. Either that, or it's important that you bring a field shelter, a beacon, or a landing pad with you. Because that way you can remember where you set up all your stuff. Okay, I think there's some here. And shift click to directly input from our backpack. Let's keep plucking away at the resource spot here. So I think I'm just gonna take this resource spot worth of iron and go back because I want to get this argon set up as soon as possible. That's kind of more important than anything. Steel is really important because what I'm trying to get right now is this large storage silo, and it takes 3 steel each to make them, and I want to get at least 2. And to do that, I'm going to need a bunch of argon. And to do that, I need to set up my atmospheric condenser here. There's more down there. I have to make a ramp to go down there then. Man. But I mean, this is a good opportunity to kind of, like, if you're playing along with me, this is a good time to, like, get used to constantly going back and forth to planets. It's why having a good way to get ammonium is ideal. If you set up a trading platform, which I might do soon, or if you have like even just having the soil centrifuge will get you ammonium slowly. But as long as you have a way to get ammonium, that's kind of what matters most. Where's the last iron here? There it is. Yeah, as you can tell, the iron patches on Glacial are not are not some like pussy shit. You actually get lots, which is really nice. Because you need lots of iron. Like I said, it's probably the second most important resource in the game behind ammonium. Okay, apparently I need to make a bridge now. Just so I can reach this fucking side. Sometimes the, like, you'll hover over here, and it'll be like, oh, there's iron right here, and the fucking spot for it is, like, here. It's a little annoying, so you're just, like, digging in a direction where there's no resources. Yeah, like it says here is some, and if you just dig, there's none. So it's probably, like, more over here or something like that. Or maybe up some, no? There it is. But, yeah. I might as well get as much iron as I can. Just to have it. God, this thing goes deep. This is a huge patch, man. I didn't think this was, gonna be this much. Let's keep going down here. Try and do a loop-de-doop. Try and do a loop-de-doop and get her ass down. Alright. Okay, so a lot of times when you're digging, you'll get like little bits of shit floating in the air there. Right? And if you're really OCD and annoyed by that, which I kind of am sometimes, your mouse pointer, your little dot, is very precise. So if you're able to hover your dot over the thing you want to dig up, then it's very precise at doing that. This basically goes all the way down into a cave. Holy crap. Alright, it says like there's iron here. What the fuck? Alright, I guess it's just specifically over there, right? I guess I wasn't attached to a tether somehow. Let's keep going this way. Alright. Let's see. Still some up here. This is a big ass patch, I'll tell you that much. Let's go this way. Oh. Didn't mean to do that. What the heck? It said there. Oh, it's right here. There, I think that's all of it. Finally. Jesus. Yeah, I think from now on, mining trips definitely are going to be cut, because that took forever. I'm going to leave that one in just so you guys can understand how bad sometimes the resource spots are. But yeah, so now we can go back to Silva. So what do we need this time? I have to remember. I need to remember to bring my generators. I need to bring a landing pad. I might be able to get away with getting another setup of like furnace and platform and stuff. So we will see. Yes. Iron. I'm trying to think if there's anything else I should bring with me. But I think this is fine. So I'm coming back from another quick mining trip to get some quartz, and something I've kind of been thinking about a little bit is, like, I know I just said while on Glacio mining the iron that like I should be cutting out a lot of that mining stuff, but I realized that maybe I shouldn't be cutting out stuff like that. Like, there'll be times where I just won't be talking and I'll be mining, but like that's kind of the point of Astroneer, is that it's supposed to be, like I've said this before, it's supposed to be relaxing, right? And I've kind of wanted to try making like a longer form game videos where maybe like I'm not talking quite as much and I'm just kind of playing the game. And so maybe like these long mining trips, or when I go exploring, I should just leave in the video anyways and maybe just like cut my audio out or something, because it's not like I'm talking a lot anyway. And so cutting out my audio will allow me to like grunt and cough and wheeze without annoying you guys, but maybe that's what I should do. I'm not sure exactly. I think I might try doing that now because I have a lot of grinding to do. Coming back from Glacio, I know I need 2 medium generators, which I can make, right? I have enough tungsten for that. But I also realized I need a bunch of other resources. Like I need a ton of aluminum, I need a ton of quartz because I'm running out of glass all the time, and especially now that I'm making these resource canisters, like I need to do a ton of grinding at the moment. And while I could just cut it out because it will be boring per se as like a video thing, if you guys are using this as like background sound or whatever, then maybe it's not that big a deal that maybe I leave in all that boring stuff and cut out my audio just to like you know, just to kind of keep the theme of Astroneer intact while I play, I guess. That's what I'm trying to say. But while I'm at base and while I'm having you guys here, I need to... Where is it? I need to research the landing pad. I forget where it is, though. It's rover stuff, that's that stuff. Platforms, power generation. Where the heck is landing pads? I could have sworn it's like... Oh, there it is. We have enough bytes for that. 1 aluminum, 2 ceramic, okay. Let's make that now with my last bit of aluminum that I have. 1 aluminum, 2 ceramic, right? Oh, it dropped it. Okay, so that landing pad will be for Glacio. I could chuck that on the back of this thing. I have glass. I need to go get more compound again. I'm going to start needing to get a bunch of carbon as well for the plastic that I need, so... I'll go grab some compound and make some resource canisters. I also want to make a soil canister because I'm starting to get more soil than I am using the soil centrifuge, so let's just get like a bunch of compound, I guess. Luckily we have this like huge, basically a triple patch of compound now that we've dried up the other patch. And one more. Fill up the backpack. Perfect. So I need a resource canister for quartz, a resource canister for laterite, probably a resource canister for zinc as well. And maybe one for compound as well, so maybe 4. And then the soil canister takes some as well. What the heck? Medium resource canister. Oh, I think I need to unlock it, right? Yes, I do. Perfect. So yeah, I'm just, I'm gonna be collecting a bunch of resources here. The goal is to have a bunch of aluminum so that I don't need to go mining and I can make all the things that I need. A bunch of zinc, because I'm going to need a bunch of it pretty soon. A bunch of quartz. And then I'm going to make the resources I need to finish off the glacial base. And I think that's what the plan is, and I'm gonna leave this in and just see how it goes. And let me know if you guys want to be seeing me doing the grinding, because that's, you know, it's kind of what Astroneer is here for, you know? So yeah. Alright, I've just come back from mining quartz, as you've seen. And I was thinking of what it would take to get better platforms here. It's just iron and resin? Because pretty soon I'm running out of space for these, so I'm thinking... What does it take for that, though? Some bytes that I don't have. The landing pad's done. Let's throw that up there. Let's make these generators and throw them on there too, just so that I don't forget. Aluminum and tungsten. Although, yeah, never mind. I don't have... I don't have any aluminum on me. Man, I am a little stoopy. A little stoopy. Let's offload all of our quartz here, and then I guess I need to go back and get some aluminum, don't I? While I'm caving, though, I should be able to research those things, and I'll be able to unlock this, and then I'll be able to have better platforms, so... I think that's what I'm going to do now. Yeah, I think that makes sense to me. Oh, I didn't know you could do that. No, stop. I didn't know you could research resources. That's kind of... Okay. Anyways, back to grinding. Okay, so sometimes when you're mining, the game has another bug here, but it'll glitch out and like it won't mine this specific resource. You can see it's floating in the air, and as I drill around it, it's not picking it up. The way you fix that is you just build out a bit. You go to your leveling tool, and then you just kind of do that, and it'll get rid of it. For whatever reason, the leveling tools are really good at sucking up resources, even when they're glitched out like that. It's weird how that works. So you might be noticing this green thing that I'm hauling with me. It's this is a research thing. You don't have to throw in those like little research packs into the research center. Apparently you can throw in almost anything into the research machine. As we've seen by me accidentally putting a quartz in there. But these big block things tend to give more research than your typical small research samples. The only difference is like these ones you can't manually scan yourself. You have to put these in a research center. But I'm not sure if it gives that much. Yeah, not only 500 or so. I mean, it's better than going around and scanning these little tiny research samples on here. But that block there barely gives more than like what you'll get from manually scanning stuff on Glacio, for example. So I just brought it with me because I need the research bytes to unlock this large platform C, or the extra large platform C. This this platform is the largest platform in the game in that it gives you the most amount of slots to put stuff on, as well as also providing one, is it an 8 slot, I think? One slot where it's 8 nodes that are all connected together, which can house extra large machines. So yeah, pretty good, I would say, all things considered. So I'm gonna be working towards that. I'm gonna make some, once I unlock it, I'm gonna make some extra large platform Cs. That way it can throw all of these resource canisters onto them. I'm trying to think. Well, I can definitely smelt one, because I need one for the imprinters. So once I do that, I still need to go and get some zinc. So I'm going to make another resource canister. But yeah, I still need to grind for some more zinc. But you'll see when I print the extra large platform C how big it is. Just kind of fun. Oh, that's another bad thing. These things take forever to research too. Dang it, man. Well, this might just have to, actually, hold on. I might have a spot for it. Yeah, I gotta just put it on here. So I'm gonna make another resource canister. I'm gonna go grind for some more zinc, and then by the time we get back, this should be done, and I should be able to make that extra large platform C. Probably gonna make a few of them because I could throw these medium storages on them too. So that'll be good. So as you've seen, I've kind of set up a little automatic smelting thing here. The zinc and laterite specifically is useless to us as the ore form. I mean, laterite you can use to open those pods, but we're not opening them anymore. It's not worth it anymore. So every time you go and get zinc or aluminum, you should smelt it immediately. And so we go down with a resource canister to pick up, you know, a bunch of resources, and then we bring out the raw material. So you could set up your furnaces to be in such a way where like you can automatically output the raw resource that you just mined. It goes into the furnace. Once it smelts, it can go into a new resource canister, and this is where you'll store all of the useful resources. So I'm gonna let the zinc smelt here for a while, and then once that's done, I'm gonna put on where is it over here? I'm gonna put on the laterite that we have, and then once that's done, I'm gonna do the same thing with iron. The iron's useless to us in its raw form, so we might as well smelt that down too as soon as we're able. I can put that there for now, I guess. And so, I guess, you know, I'm kind of going to be AFKing that for a while, I suppose. Once this is done, I could show you how it looks. I mean, you can already tell it's a big thing. But yes, once we start getting aluminum done, I can make these, fucking medium generators, finally. And then something else I was kind of thinking about was the Drill Mod 3. This is probably the next unlock we're going to get, but that won't be for a little bit yet, because I still have to set up my automatic research thing. Because I've been fucking around on Glacio and not getting it set up, so... But now that I have, like, some zinc, and now that I have, you know, everything I need to actually set up Glacio properly, we can start getting automatic research really soon. And then we can unlock this Drill Mod 3, which only needs a diamond in order to make once you unlock it, and a diamond is pretty easy to get. It's just 2 graphene, so you need 4 graphite. No, you just need 2 graphite and 2 hydrazine, and you can make a diamond, essentially, which isn't too bad. Our extra large platform's done. Look at this thing. So like I said, it has an 8 slot, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 2 4 slots. And the 8 slots for the extra large machines. Really the only thing you're going to be putting on it though is the extra large shredder. I suppose you could put on, I don't even know if the solar array and wind turbines need the platform. So it's mostly just used to hold the extra large shredder. Which is, you know, the best shredder because you can shred large pieces of junk with it, but yeah. So that's our big storage thing. I guess I might as well put it here, right? For now. I mean, again, this is kind of like a temporary base anyway. It starts to look more and more permanent by the day, but I promise this is temporary. We can, once we want to move and set up our base elsewhere permanently, it's really easy to just make a whole bunch of packagers and just put everything into a package and then head to the new base. I'll probably want to put stuff into packagers anyway, because these large platform Bs are going to start becoming irrelevant because we have the extra large platform Cs now. But you know, having some around anyway is still good. So, but now that we have this platform, we can start throwing all of our resource canisters onto it. It's going to be so nice to have like a full resource canister of aluminum and a full resource canister of zinc. It's going to be so nice. No, stop. Stop. Why is there aluminum? Oh, it must have been... Oh, I see. Okay, well, let's put that on here then. Put it on there. This game doesn't like to cooperate sometimes. Maybe we just kind of throw these over here for now, because we have nowhere else to put them at the moment. I could maybe make another large platform B, but I think at this point we're gonna have all that we can get out of our large platform Bs. If I'm making more, it's just to set up specifically this furnace setup. You specifically need large platform Bs because, like I've sort of mentioned while we were on Aatrox, if there's more space available, then this thing will keep producing carbon, which is not necessarily a good thing. It's good to have this limited, and then if I ever do need extra carbon, I could just set up another auto arm and filter it so that it only takes the carbon off of the furnace and stores it elsewhere. I could do that. I actually might do that now that I'm thinking about it, because I am gonna start needing a ton of carbon for making plastic, so maybe. We'll see. Okay, so this is finally empty. So yeah, now that this is empty, when I'm ready to smelt something else, I can simply just, you know, put the raw resources on this side, and then it'll go into there. And since this is gonna be aluminum, I might as well put that, where did it go? Here. Just so that it already knows. And boom, done. You could speed up that process by just having more furnaces go at the same time, but there's no point. I could just AFK this. So next we do aluminum. And now we can start having aluminum, yay! Because I need 2 of them. That there. I should probably not do that. Wait till another one gets smelted, that way it's... Because if the resource canister is empty, when this is done smelting, it won't know to add it to this thing automatically. Yeah, like that. Cool. So now we finally have our 2 generators, so Glacio is a go now. Landing pad is good. I am probably going to have to bring... Well, man, I don't know. Ooh, we do have some extra bites here. Let's grab that. Bait and switch. Let's accept this now. You get this random item here, and if you pick it up, you can see that it, like, you're supposed to place this down and then use it, and it'll create this object here. I am not going to be doing that right now. The reason being is that I want to place this down at my main base, rather than, you know, here. So let's put these on. So Glacio's kind of a go. When I go to Glacio, I want to bring my zinc with me, so let's do that. And let's see. Okay, so if you want to do the infinity research thing that I keep constantly talking about, you will need to unlock a button repeater, which only costs 300 bytes, and a proximity repeater, which costs 700, which, you know what, I should be able to grab by... Let's harvest this really quick. You'll need a button repeater and a proximity repeater, and this will be important once we set it up. But to describe it to you right now, you know how so far we've been going around and, you know, let's say, where's... You know, you've been walking up and you've been manually scanning these little resources here and stuff. You can automatically scan them without having to go up manually and doing that. With a proximity repeater and a button repeater, you can put them on top of each other and then activate them, and what that happens is that the game will constantly be checking to see if there's something within a certain range that can be activated, and if it can activate it, then it will. And these resources, these research samples, they respawn after a little while. And if you have a proximity repeater and a button repeater right next to them, once they respawn, they will instantly be scanned without you even needing to be there. So we can set them up on Glacio and then come to Silva here and just kind of chill around. And while we're sitting around here, the research samples will be respawning in Glacio, and the button and proximity repeaters will instantly collect them. Which is, you know, that's how it works, essentially. Why is that being tracked? Oh, I see. You can, I see. I see how that works. So, yeah. Let's see. Although, in order to make the button repeaters, you need a small printer. A button repeater takes zinc, and I haven't unlocked it yet. The proximity repeater also takes zinc, so you just need a bunch of zinc for this. You need one button repeater and one proximity repeater for everything that you set up. I'll show you how I do it once we get to Glacio, and what to really look for. But we're gonna need a small printer when we get to Glacio. So let's see, what does it take here? Drill mod, dynamite, floodlight, small printer. There we go. Just take some stuff. I'm also gonna grab a bunch of compound here before we go to Glacio, because what we're looking for is very specific, and if we are unlucky, we could be looking for a very long time, and so we're gonna need a ton of tethers for this. So let's maybe get 6 compound to take with us. That sounds good, I think. 2, 3. I mean, there'll be more compound on Glacio. It's just, in case we're really unlucky, having all this compound there will be good. 5. And one more. 6. Cool. Let's queue up tethers. So now we should be good to go to Glacio, I think. Yes. Because the only thing I'm missing right now, and I don't need to have the, while I'm printing stuff, I don't need to have the atmosphere condenser active at the same time. I don't need that. It just kind of sucks because I wish I could have... Let's see, I would need an arm, a tapper, a seed, another platform B, which I can't fit, another smelter, which I can't fit. So, whatever. Let's finally head off to Glacio, I think. Let's see. Maybe it might be a good idea to still bring anyway. I won't be able to complete it, but at least it won't be taking up slots. Yeah, let's maybe do that. That way you just have it there. Because, like I said, I want to be setting up 2 of these smelter setups for power, because one of them is not enough to power a atmospheric condenser. Oh, it looks like we're already out of aluminum. Good. I've got to reactivate that. So yeah, we'll finally be able to set up steel. The cool thing about Glacio is that you are able to set up iron and steel production on Glacio. So anytime you need iron, instead of bringing the raw resources here and making it all here, you could just go to Glacio, grab the full resource, and bring it back. And you won't have to process everything on Silva. But it'll be a little bit yet before I have that all set up. So let's go to Glacio. I have to remember where I remember it was like by one of those things, one of those obelisk things. I think that was the old one there. I'm pretty sure the new one is like below one of these. I think it's this one here. Yeah, there's like a big red spot too. Right? Right? Where's our base? No! God damn it. Okay, so we could just launch back into orbit. This is gonna cost us some precious hydrazine here. There's a huge red scar by where our base was, though. What the heck? Where were we? Is it this one here? Oh, I think this might be it. Yeah, this is it here. Wait, no it's not. What the heck? Where did we land, guys? I could have sworn... Wasn't there a spot that was like right below an obelisk that we landed on? Yeah, it's like right here, isn't it? But we landed there already, and that wasn't it. What's going on? Maybe if we slow down a bit. Was it here? Did we already land here, though? Oh, this wasn't... Oh, wait a minute. This was our old spot. This is our... Man, dude, I hate this game, I swear to God. This is why we have the landing pad, okay? This is why we have it. Once we find our old base again, we won't have to worry about this nonsense. I'm just coming here really quick to see... Okay, that has some goodies in it, but I'm not too concerned about that. I can't believe we found our old spot. Oh my god, what a waste of hydrazine, man. I suppose what I could do is I could stop recording, go back, watch the footage, figure out where it was that I landed at. What the fuck, man? Like, wasn't it literally, it was like here and then landing spot would be like right there. I thought that was what it was for our base, right? Like, this looks like it should be it. This is spot here. You know what? I just remembered we did carry our shuttle around. Yeah, there it is over there. We probably already landed here. I just forgot that I... Dang, what a waste of hydrazine. And now, because we have an odd number of launches, I'm going to have to land at some point. Like, when I go to take off to go back to Silva, I'm going to have to launch to orbit on Glacio, land back on Glacio, and then launch back out again. But now that we have this freaking landing pad, we won't get lost anymore. So, let's see. Probably want it to be like that. And then we can put this here, and then we can just tether off. So annoying. It's good to be extra stingy on your tethers. Okay, let's just dump all this down here first, and we'll figure this out. So we did bring another large platform that we can just kind of chill our printer on, and we do have our generators. So let's pop these off, put them on here. We will need a little bit of power to feed to it to jumpstart the thing. But that is okay, because our little bit of power will be our QT RTG that we have on us. Which I will put down like so. It'll mean that this starts really slow, the smelter, but once we get one of these medium generators running, then we won't have to worry. So let's queue up our button repeater, and let's grab our zinc. Once we have power going, we'll smelt a bunch of these, and I'll show you what you're supposed to do with them. I actually kind of want to... This is close. There. Our base is officially up and running. I should probably go first digging. So what we're going to do is we're going to find a spot to dig underground here. I think I might go this way. That way we're a little bit closer to some cave action. Why did this not connect? Plus I want to see this cool area. The red zone. Isn't it cool? Let's dig our hole right here, I think. Ooh, we have some iron right there too. That's kind of fun. Oh, and it's not, it's aluminum actually. And we also already have a cave, kinda, so let's make sure I don't fall. Let's pop this pot coral down here. Alright. So, what we are looking for... We've already, you already seen them. I've already pointed them out, and I've shown you how good they are. I suppose... It's actually kind of nice that we have a station down here. This will take a bit of searching because there's specifically one setup you're looking for as well. Kaboom. The boomaloon. If you wanna know like where to look, these pillars of like stone is a start. Because they only really spawn on top of those pillars. We're also kind of looking for compound. If we don't find compound, we might be a little bit fuckled here. Oh, there's one over there. That's not enough, but... So what you're looking for, if you want to set this up, is you're looking for these research samples here. They will always be attached to these pillars here, but what we're looking for is one that has at least 3 of them attached to the same pillar. Pillars that have only one is not really worth the zinc cost, to be honest. So we're going to look for something better, hopefully. Here's a 2 one. This one only has 2 on it, though. But you can see, like, we've done this before, but you get so many bites out of it. Oh, we have compound here. Good. We are now set. Oh, there's... So this is what you're looking for over here. Jesus Christ, that scared the fuck out of me. There was a boomaloon right here, I guess. And of course I didn't see it because it was behind the wall. But this is what you're looking for here. You're looking for an outcrop of 3 to set up your stuff. We're not just looking for one, we're looking for like a bunch of them. The more of them we can find, the better. Oh, there's a 3 here too. I should probably leave that. You could just scan those things now whenever you find them. It's not worth hanging on to them. So since we found 2 of them, we might as well go back and pick them up. I mean, I know I accidentally activated that that spot already, but that's okay. Because they respawn, as long as you know where they are. So let's go back to the surface here really quick. And this is where like the button repeater and the proximity repeater will come into play, like, as I've explained it. I've explained it and now I will show it. Because it might not have made too much sense. And it doesn't really need to make sense because once you set it up you could just leave it and it'll just keep going forever, which is nice. Is that a pop coral just kind of sticking out of the ground? So let's head all the way back up. This is why we brought a way to make them, because as long as we have zinc available, we'll be able to keep doing this as much as we want, really. So let's make a button repeater. Let's make 2, actually. Then we will need a... Oh, did I not... I forgot to activate to unlock the proximity repeater. Let's go ahead and return those. Alright. We've only found 2, so I'm only going to take 2 at the moment. We're going to probably go and look around to try and get a bunch of them, because the more you have, the more often you'll be getting, like, big chunks of bytes. There's some research that take, I think, upwards of, like, 15,000 bytes, so it's good to set up a bunch of these. You could technically set up 1 and then just, like, leave your computer on overnight or whatever. But I don't really recommend doing that. It's not... You might as well just... Since we have all the zinc on us, and since we're here, we might as well just go and set up a bunch of these. That way we can get a bunch of bytes, and then we'll be set on research. So far, we've kind of been stunted a little bit whenever I want to do something. Like, for example, the Drill Mod 3 I want to get, but I don't have enough bytes for that, and in order to get more, I'd have to go do what I've been doing so far, and I don't want to do that anymore, so... Let's just go ahead and set these up. So I'm pretty sure you need to put down the button repeater first, and then the proximity repeater, and then you just place it. You place the thing within the circle, and then you just activate it. And then anytime these respawn, this will activate, and you'll know that it works because you'll see that pop up while you're on Silva, like just bumbling around on another planet or something. You'll just randomly see that pop up. That's how you know that this setup works. So let's keep going. I think I saw more over here. That might just be a 1 node though. And the good thing about all of this is that you'll also be able to find all the resources you'll ever need. We're finding tons of aluminum down here. This is only a 2 node. That's fine. Let's go ahead and research that. And of course, while you do this too, as long as you pick up like all the research that you see that you're not setting up buttons for, you'll also get a nice chunk of bytes while we're here. Getting nodes that have 3 of those research samples growing out of is kind of rare, though. I have once spent, I don't know, like 2 hours looking for one and never found any. So it is entirely possible that you'll be here for a while to find some. I would say if you set up around 4 at the minimum, you'll be set. You might have to do a little bit of AFKing here and there if you plan on like grinding some research points, but as long as you have around 4 of these button repeater things set up, you should be good. It's just nice, passive, easy, free research generation. There's more compound over there, I think. So let's head over there. It's always a good idea when you're like caving like this to go towards the compound is, because as long as you have access to compound, you will be okay. You won't have to worry about oxygen. Let's just take a peek over here really quick. Yeah, even though there's a ton of these stone pillars, there's no research samples really nearby, so... You can kind of see that it gets rare sometimes. And the exo crate things, these things, they take ammonium on this planet, which is really, really bad. Ooh, we have one right here. Cool. It's a good idea to keep in, like, to just go looking for them, but not set stuff up as you go, and just remember, like, how many proximity and button repeaters you'll need. Okay, so we've seen Histbane before on Silva, but those Histbane plants are like weak little baby Histbane plants. On the other planets, they are a lot stronger. I'm pretty sure if their poison cloud hits you, you die almost instantaneously, so... but just like all the rest, you can destroy them from a distance before they really do anything to you, so... This is only a 2, so I want to pick it up. And another thing about Glacio is that you see all of these frozen argons. These are like probably the best research artifacts, but for now I'm going to leave all of them where they are. I mean, we're already setting up our research. We don't need to be messing around with the argon. But you also see in the caves, you see all of these like stations, and this is for when we start doing train stuff. Eventually, we will need to set up a train network in the caves down here to pick up these frozen argon cubes as part of a mission. So for now, I'm just going to ignore the frozen argon and the railway station thingies. This is another 3 right here. 1, 2, dang. That's fine. I'm going to take some of these back because I don't think I want to go that way. I think I want to go this way. So I'm going to reuse my tethers. There's more compound over here anyway. Another 2 node. It's fine. Like, you know, I'm okay with running into not perfect setups for my... Oh, I've already been here. Like, it kind of gets frustrating if you haven't seen, like, proper places where you can set up your button repeaters after a while, and all you see is, like, 2 nodes everywhere. It can get a little bit of annoying, but I'm actually okay with it, finding these 1 and 2 nodes, because, you know, you just get a bunch of... Like, look at this. We're already at 8,000 bytes. We barely had like a couple hundred, and now we're at 8,000. Like, it's nothing. So, and look at all the stuff we can unlock now. So if you ever want research, Glacio's the place to do it. And even if you don't want to set up button repeaters, because maybe you think it's cheesy or whatever, you can always just come down here and manually pick up a bunch of stuff. Like, literally... We've been down here for like, what, maybe 10 minutes, and we've gotten 8,000 bytes. Like, it's really no big deal. So I think at this point I'm gonna probably AFK again, or AFK. I'm gonna go silent again and try and find some more of these research nodes. I'm gonna try and aim for 5. Hopefully I get more than that, though. The idea, like, ideally you'll get, like, I don't know, like 10 or something like that. Because then you'll really be set, but, you know, I'm not going to aim too high, and you only really need 4 or 5 of them set up, and you'll be set for the whole game. But yeah, I am going to go silent while I do this, because there's not really much else I could talk about here. And this right here is why I want my Drill Mod 3. Digging through Glacio is a pain in the ass without a better drill mod. but we'll get it soon. As soon as we're done on Glacio here and we head back to Silva, we'll be able to get it. Because now that we have the bytes to actually unlock the schematic for it. As you can tell, you're going to need a lot of tethers to do this, so, you know. This is why it's good to always go towards compound whenever you see it. But this direction didn't seem to have any, so I'm going to probably go all the way back to the base and just get another button repeater and follow that hook that I made and set up the one that I saw. Might as well. I also picked up the packager from that backpack because oh, there's some. I picked up the packager because its packages are good. There'll probably come a point where I need a ton of them, especially once I start doing train stuff on Glacio. I will need a bunch of. Is this another 3 node right here? Oh wow, look at that. Yeah, once I start doing train stuff on Glacio, I'm going to need a bunch of packagers. Because there's a ton of missions that require you to do a bunch of random crap. It's kind of a waste. But once you finish the missions on Glacio that require trains, you'll need a bunch of packagers to pack up all the trains and the train stuff. So this is a free packager for me. I don't need to bring any. There is graphite on the surface of Glacio too that you'll have to make use of, but that's like way off into the future, so I'm going to need 2 button repeaters now because we have 2 things down there that I saw. So I'm going to do that. Two proximity repeaters and 2 button repeaters. One, two, three, 4. Cool. And back down we go. I also just thought maybe I should maybe I should have the argon thing going, the atmospheric condenser. I just realized. That way, when I'm ready to leave Glacio, we won't have to wait for it. The question is, do I want it to just... Do I want it to just, like, be running is the thing, because I don't have enough power to really sustain it for very long. Actually, you know what? Maybe it doesn't matter, because I only really need, like, 2 things of argon, which I can just do when I'm, like, ready to leave. Yeah. Yeah, because I'm going to end up, you know, obviously I'm going to be coming back to Glacial a bunch. This, if we don't set up a main base on Silva, I might end up just setting up a main base on Glacial instead. I love this planet. It's the ice planet, but, man, it has all the good shit. It has all the iron. It has really flat surfaces to build on. It's awesome. But we'll see. We'll see. Apparently I went in a circle? Okay. Well, I think I found 2 more nodes. We must have gone in a circle. I think I found 2 more nodes, so I think I'm just going to go back to base and make 2 more button repeaters. Because having 6 of them set up I think will be good enough. I just have to follow this line and pray to God it's the right direction. Okay, there's my old button repeaters over there. So I think this here is the way I need to go. I think this is right. If not, we might be going in loops for a while. No, this is the right way. So yeah, we've gotten 2 more, so I think I'll go and make 2 more. So that'll be 6 total. That should be fine. That'll be good enough for the rest of the game, I think. And if you're following along at home and you want to put down more, then go ahead and put down more, whatever you feel is right. It's just we have a ton of zinc for it, and you don't really use zinc for much else, so we might as well use it for this. Yeah, good. And then let's go ahead and throw this back on our ship so we don't accidentally leave it behind. And grab our shit and go back down. Let's go ahead and queue up an Argon and just hope to God it works. I will say this cave is fucking confusing now. Because we have two paths that kind of circle in on each other. Which is funny. Wait a minute. Oh my gosh. So I do a loop-de-doop. I go like all the way around, and then I end up on the loop that also is a loop. No. Oh no. Because I'm pretty sure this will hook it back in on... Oh my god. This cave is so confusing. We got loop-de-doops for days, man. But that's... I'm satisfied with that. I don't think I'm going to be fucking around with that too much. Let's look. How many bytes do we have? 20,000. And those are probably all going to be gone basically immediately upon getting back to Silva. But from now on, while we play the game, every now and then you should see a little pop-up that says that we get a bunch of bytes here, which is good. Basically, every time you see that pop-up, we should get around 1,000-ish bytes. Maybe a little under, maybe around 900 or so. But it's around 1,000-ish bytes, I think. Because you get about 350 each, right? So, yeah. So every time you see that pop up, that means we just got 1,000 bytes that we could use on research if we want. And we have 6 of those set up, so I don't know how long it takes exactly for those things to respawn. Do I keep going this way? I think so. Oh, I don't know. I don't know which way to go. If we see titanium going this way, that means it's a good thing. It's not the right way to go. What was I talking about? But yeah, so... Oh yeah, I don't know how long it takes for those nodes to respawn. I know it's a fair little bit. If I had to guess off the top of my head, 15 minutes, maybe half an hour. Every half an hour they respawn. Something like that, maybe? Oh no. This is a dead end. What the where am I... Oh, this is... Oh, I know what happened. This is, Oh, shit. Alright, let's take these. This will help a little bit with the confusion, I think. I think I know where we are. The question is, how do I get back now? I think if I just go this way, I might eventually end up where I need to go. Oh, fuck, man. But yeah, the point is that we have that set up now. We won't have to worry about research anymore. We could just focus on doing the missions and setting up the base, maybe? Honestly, I think this is the way we need to go. I think what I want to do is I want to get started on train missions soon. I mean, I want to get some quality of life stuff first, but once I do, I think I want to start doing train missions, because you kind of have to go through the whole train stuff in order to unlock the train station for free. I mean, you can unlock the train station whenever you want, but like, you have to, if you want to get it for free, which I do recommend doing, you have to go through all the train missions first. And especially if you're new, I do recommend doing the train missions. You get a bunch of train stuff for free, and it kind of helps you figure out what you have to do in order to make trains work. They're not complicated at all. And honestly, they're probably like the best thing in the game is the trains. Like, I think literally everyone who plays it always says how they like are really excited to get into the trains because they're just so fun. So, all right, we are back. We should have an Argon thing now. Oh, I guess it didn't go. Maybe. I think if this doesn't have enough power, it shuts off on its own sometimes. So that's not very good, but... I want to get at least... we need at least 3 argon here, but I want to get more because with all this newfound research that we have, what I want to get is... I want to get this, the portable oxygenator, which requires a single nanocarbon alloy. And to make nanocarbon alloy, if we go to our handy-dandy Astropedia here, nanocarbon alloy, ingredients, titanium alloy, steel, and helium. We have helium because we've been to Atrox. Steel, which requires iron, carbon, and argon, as you know. And titanium alloy, which requires titanium, graphene, and nitrogen. And of course, graphene, which takes hydrazine and graphite. So it's by far, the nanocarbon alloy is by far the most complicated and expensive resource to craft in the game. However, the nanocarbon alloys are used in, count 'em, 2 recipes. One of them you only make one time ever. The portable oxygenator. Really good to have, the portable oxygenator. I like it. Oh, I did make it. Oh, I do have 2. Cool. I really like the portable oxygenator because it means you no longer ever need tethers or oxygenators ever again because you have the portable one. The other thing that the nanocarbon alloys are used for is, I believe it's this, is used for these RTGs. And RTGs is the exact same as the QT RTGs, but instead of only providing 1 power per second, it provides 4 U's per second. However, the difference between the QT RTGs and the regular RTGs is that the regular RTGs take up 2 slots. They have to be placed on a 2 connected slot. So RTGs are good for situations like this where I'm literally like 2 units of power off of being able to constantly power the atmospheric condenser. So if I brought a regular RTG to Glacio, I only need this setup and the regular RTG. However, on Glacio specifically, I am going to want to set up 2 of these medium generator setups because I want more power on Glacio because I plan on making this more of a permanent setup at some point, so... But anyways, now that we are done fucking around on Glacio, we can go back to our home, back to Silva. Which is good. We can finally make some steel. I am going to make a nanocarbon alloy, and I am going to make a portable oxygenator, because then I no longer need tethers, and the tethers that I have set up I can remove. So if you are following along at home and maybe you have like a not so great PC and you are lagging, this is the part of the game where you are able to relieve some of that lag. Because apparently, I don't know this is true because my computer is strong enough that it doesn't really matter, but apparently these tethers cause lag, and it's probably has to do with the fact that they're like always rendered in. So being able to get the ability to remove all of them is good for lag stuff. So let's queue up some steel here. I want to make 3 steel to begin with here. At least 3 steel. Probably more, honestly. Yes, we are done with making aluminum. So let's go and throw this over here. Slowly. And let's start smelting the iron that we have, which is here. Right? Hematite, yes. And also, maybe I can make another arm here. I could probably leave that there. The other arm, the reason why I want it is because I want to start taking carbon off of this and storing it, because I'm going to need a ton of carbon for making steel. So, what do arms take? Aluminum, graphite. I know I have graphite. I know I have aluminum. You should get into the habit, whenever you need to grab resources from these canisters, you should get into the habit of popping them off to grab the stuff, because they will do that, and it's really annoying. Oops. Well, not that it matters. We don't need tethers anymore. And for those of you who use tethers to kind of like anchor yourself to your base, and what I mean by that is like, if you ever go caving, you use your tethers to follow your way back home. If you ever get lost while caving, because I am going to start uprooting the tethers, if you ever get lost, open your compass, dig to the surface. That's how you get back to your base. And that's how you're supposed to, like, remember how to... I will grab this now. Pop this open. So, the arms, the way that they work is that they will grab anything that's in the green circle and place it in the blue circle. And I do mean anything. So if I place the arm here like this, right now, I'm pretty sure it will grab the organic too out of this. However, you can see there's a slot on the auto arm here. If I put this carbon on this slot here, it means that it will only ever grab the carbon from this spot and move it over here. And I should probably do the same here for organic, just in case something else ends up getting placed there for no reason at all. So let's give myself a little bit of space here, and then I guess I could connect it just like this. And now as soon as this is done, yay. So now I can grab the excess carbon that gets generated here, which I can use for the steel. Yay. Oh, what happened? Oh, I know what happened. That's what happened. There. I think I fixed it. Jesus. Alright, steel time. Yay. Let's actually repeat that, because I'm going to try and use all the argon that I have to make steel. And the reason why I'm doing this is because I finally am going to start making these storage silo bees. I'm going to want at least 2 of them for the back of the spaceship that we have. How many do we have here? Let's... Oops. Stop. Game, stop. Stop being retarded. That's kind of weird that it does that. There. Jesus! Alright, let's put this on. Okay, let's grab some of the excess carbon over here. I also am going to need to make this nanocarbon alloy, so I'm going to need to make some extra steel anyway. Let's go to our printer. And where do I put this extra aluminum? I need more space again. There it is. Oh, it's so beautiful. Look at this big thing. You know what? I know what I could do. Sayonara wind turbine. Sweet. so I have more steel. I think I'm going to make one more with the iron. Dang. Stop. I want this. We still have some argon left over, which is fine. And then, okay, so if we remember what we need, we definitely need graphene. We're going to need a few graphene because I want to make a diamond as well at some point for the drill mod. But we need a titanium alloy, which needs titanium and graphene. And graphene needs graphite and hydrazine. So I'm only going to make one at the moment, actually, because I need to refill my rocket. I think. Yeah. Actually, I might. Hold on. Well, I mean, I would need more hydrazine anyway. So let's go over here, grab a graphite. Put this back. Grab titanium. I know I have at least one. There it is. And make a graphene. Right, it takes hydrazine and graphite. There it is. Okay, and now we make a titanium alloy. And now we make a nanocarbon alloy. And then we'll be able to make our oxygenator after that. We might have a mission for making this nanocarbon alloy too. There it is. Refine and we'll get 10,000 bytes for that. Sick. That's what I like to see. Lux schematics, print an extractor. Yes, I know what that is. Shelter. Lithium, malachite, okay. Just that. That's fine. Alright, and then we just come down here and look for our oxygenator, and boom. So the oxygenator takes 1 whole U of power per second to operate. So as it is right now... Wait, why isn't this? Hold on. As it is right now, this QTRTG on its own can power this oxygenator. However, we also have a drill mod, so we are going to need to permanently have 2 QTRTGs attached to our backpack now. So we only have 6 slots for gathering resources. But from my experience, that's fine. You don't really need more than 6, especially if you do what I did earlier, where you print a resource canister, you take it with you, you go down there, you pop open the resource canister, buy the resource that you want to get, and then you carry it back. You only really need 6 slots in your backpack from now on, so it's fine. What I'm going to do now, I think, is I'm going to refine the rest of this sphalerite. Since I have space for it again. And that'll clear up some space on the thing here, which is good. Let's go put our soil away too before I forget. So now the plan is, I need to get a diamond, and in order to get a diamond, if we go back to our Astropedia, I need 2 graphene, and 2 graphene means I need 2 hydrazine. And I already have the graphite, but I don't have the hydrazine. Well, technically I do, but... To get hydrazine at this point, I need more ammonium. And the surface of this planet doesn't really have good amounts of ammonium, so what I'm going to need to do is I'm going to need to go to another planet to go get more ammonium. However, the good news is that I don't need tethers anymore. That's awesome. We like that. So what I'm going to do, I think, is I'm going to make another resource canister here, and then I'm going to go to Desolo. Desolo, in my experience, is a good planet for getting ammonium. So what I need is glass and plastic. So I need this compound, I need one of these carbons. Let's grab a plastic. Let's go grab... I'm smelting some shit right now, but that's fine. Okay, cool. I'm gonna leave this medium resource canister here. I mean, I could bum this off, I suppose, but... this is meant for smelting shit, so that's where it's gonna be. Here's my plastic. I can also probably make another steel. That way I can make another one of these storage silos. Oops. Here's the glass. Here's the storage silo. So, the storage silo is awesome. I've already briefly talked about it. But it needs to be placed on a 4 slot, like that. And what it does is it transforms a 4 slot into, count 'em, 12 2 slots. So it essentially triples the amount of slots that you get. And those can be further multiplied by 8 if you want to put or multiplied by 4 if you want to put medium storages on them. So you can have a total of 48 slots, I believe. Wait, 8, 16, 30... No, you get way more than that. 8, 16, 32, 64. You can have a total of 128 slots on a storage silo at the cost of a 4-slot base. Like, that's insane. However, I don't need that many slots, so I am just for now going to put 2 storage silos on my... That's not the right thing. On the back of the ship. And every now and then I will need the 4 slot, like you saw when I needed to bring the landing pad. Those take up 4 slots. So every now and then I will have to take off the storage silo for a little bit just to bring the landing pad. But actually, speaking of, I should probably, since I want to go back to Desolo, I should probably bring another landing pad. Aluminum, ceramic. I only have 1 ceramic, so I'll need to go and get more clay, but that's okay. That's okay. I don't really... I could also bring... I suppose I could bring the field shelter, too. Oh, I have another reason. Or did I... Wait a minute. Oh, okay. Well, whatever. I'll have an extra one. That's fine. Look at all the slots I have. Oh, my gosh. So, yeah. I think... You know what? I think I will... go and get some more clay and make some more ceramic. I won't really need that many, so... But I'm gonna, I'm probably just gonna, you know, make a cut and go grab clay and get ceramic and bring it here. I'm gonna make a cut this time because it's gonna require some overworld traveling. But just to make a landing pad, and then we'll go to Desolo and get some ammonium. That way I can make a diamond, make my drill mod 3, and then we'll be basically set up to go start doing train stuff, I think. That's exciting.